Hey guys, welcome to the Cosmic Panel. This week we'll be covering weekly polls for September 28th. I'm Lucas,
And I'm Elias.
and yeah, let's get right into this. Elias, what are your top 5 picks for this week?
All right, I got an interesting mix of stuff this week. To kick it off, I'm gonna do Thor number 27. Thor has been a weird book lately, kind of been like a team up book. I'm calling it Thor team up right now. After
Yeah.
the Hulk event, we're now getting a Venom team up. I'm a little nervous because Donnie's gonna get his hands back on Venom. I hope it's not like having anything to do with the continuity because
Yeah, Venom
Ewing
right now
is
is
doing
really good.
and like really confusing in the timeline aspect. So I
Yeah.
don't know where Donnie's gonna pull this Venom from. Maybe it'll just be the sun. Maybe
Yeah,
it'll
it
be
will have to be. I doubt that Ewing will allow him to use Eddie because that wouldn't make sense.
yeah. So hopefully it's just like Thor and Dylan. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess. Which doesn't seem like it would be a smart team up either way. Like, that's so weird.
yeah. So I don't know, but it's definitely an interesting book. And also, I wanted to mention that Salvador Larroca, um, infamous artist of Eminem Punisher, is the artist on this book.
Oh my
Um,
god, I can't believe that. You're right.
yeah,
I can't fucking believe it.
he's good at realism.
He is.
So
It's
it's
just very
interesting.
funny.
Yeah, it's a really
It's
interesting
just
choice.
a funny coincidence. I just
Yeah.
never realized.
So next, I'm going to talk about Ant-Man number 3. Ant-Man has been a super fun book. In my eyes, Ewing can't go wrong. This has been a really cool glimpse at every Ant-Man, every person who's been Ant-Man, and this is a celebration of Ant-Man. So
Yeah.
it's really fun. This past issue, we got Eric O'Grady spotlight during the Secret Invasion era, which was really funny because I just haven't read any Secret Invasion books in forever, so it was funny to get back into that
Yeah, that
vibe.
headspace of like anyone
Yeah.
can be a scroll.
Yeah. So that was really cool. So 3, I think, is going to have Scott Lang
Yeah.
as the main focus. So that should be a blast. I've
Oh,
really been enjoying this book. The
a-
the art is amazing.
and the summary says that it will have him guarding Ultron, which I wonder if it's current Ultron that is
Oh,
possessing Hank Pym's body or
hmm.
what? Because me and Elias were discussing like we've never seen Hank Ultron talk with Scott Lang. Period.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened.
Which is such a missed opportunity. Like, why not? But
To
yeah,
be a really scary interaction. And at the end of Ant-Man 2, we saw Scott and all these other Ant-Mans like being wiped out by some other force. I don't know what that is, but apparently they need all the Ant-Mans across time to join forces to defeat this threat. Um,
Antverse.
yeah, Antverse. So yeah, it's a really fun book. Time rallying on the art, really amazing. Ewing
Ewing
just keeps getting the best artists to team up with. I think he's like very aware of who he's picking for art.
that and he's great at time travel stories.
Yeah, true. Like the adjust narrative and adjust dialogue, like adjust expectations, like
Yeah, no,
the little
exactly.
like weird future narrating thing. It's great. Next up, I got DC Horror Presents Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. Because why the fuck not? It's written by Bruce Campbell, so it's gonna be a blast.
Oh wait,
Um,
really? Damn.
yeah, yeah, yep.
I was
Bruce
thinking this
Campbell.
was like maybe an old comic that was being brought back. I didn't realize. Is this like a wholly original thing from Bruce Campbell?
Yep, it's just a one shot. Oh wait, it's not a one shot.
No, it's a series.
Oh, it's a 6 issue. Damn.
Yeah.
All right,
Best
shit.
New
Well,
York Times best-selling author Bruce
yeah.
Campbell. I don't think that's what he's known for, but okay.
Apparently, anyone can be on the New York
Yeah, no,
Times
seriously.
bestseller.
I swear to God, they hand that stuff like candy at this point.
Yeah, seriously. Um, but yeah, okay, so it's a limited. Damn. Yeah, it just looks like a blast. Just looks like really fun. It's
Also,
like a historical fiction thing, and I love me some zombie shit. And Sergeant Rock is an obscure DC character that barely gets talked about.
never even
So this.
heard of him.
Oh, seriously?
Never. That's what I mean. Like I don't
Oh,
know him
wow.
at
I had
all.
no idea.
This is like the
Okay.
first time I've ever heard of Sergeant Rock.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he's like a wartime, golden age kind of era character.
Oh, so old.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Also, it's interesting that they're not putting this under Black Label. They're putting this under a DC horror label, which I feel like
Yeah.
makes no sense because this is like the first ever I've ever seen this labeling.
Well, it's probably gonna be a little goofy. Like, yeah, DC Horror Presents is a different thing though. So I don't know. It's a weird
I wonder what
label.
other
But
books they'll put under this imprint.
yeah, but Nazi zombies. So yeah, hopefully for October we'll have a lot of DC horror, just fun shit.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
should be true. Yeah, Halloween coming up.
yeah, hopefully. Like I always like getting Frankenstein, Agents of Shade stuff, and like all those fun characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, this should be fun. Next up, I got Axe Avengers #1. Each group involved in the Axe event is going to have their own little one shot. So first up, we got the Avengers, which is good because I want to know how these guys are being judged and what
Yeah.
the hell's going on.
We didn't get to see in the last Avengers issue. It was solely just Hawkeye focused.
Yeah. So,
So, yeah.
and also I mean, we talked about this before, I think, on the channel, but I feel like, or actually, no, we didn't, because five.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, we read
we
five together.
yeah, so me
We
and
read
Elias
five
read five
together
together.
as soon as we finished recording last week. We read five together, and
Amazing.
we both it's great, but I think we both felt that it could have been held off for a little
Yeah.
bit until we got some more tie-ins because it like just it I feel like four left us on a good cliffhanger where you had room to do all these tie-ins, and then
Yeah.
five, could have waited a little bit, but
The tie-ins would have filled the empty space before that moment like
yeah.
perfectly. Now
So
it's like we're
little
getting the Uranos fight next week and like all this different stuff when like
yeah,
we should be like right in the midst of the actual conflict.
right. So that was a little weird. That was a little odd, but yeah.
I'm thinking it'll be
Hopefully,
better to read on paperback, to be honest.
yeah, I mean that's honestly, I mean that's what my dad my dad does with a lot of big events. He just waits for it to be over so he can just read it all in one fell swoop. I mean this is gonna be a huge like
Yeah.
hardcover fucking thing. So, but yeah, this will hopefully be cool. I think it looks like it's gonna be Tony focused, but
Yeah, it said something about him building suits, and then he has to enter a suit of armor that could kill us all. So I'm guessing that's the Celestial.
yeah,
I'm wondering if this is going to be him building it, maybe? Like when he was building it?
yeah. I guess we
Which I
could
feel
use
like
some
could be
more
expanded on,
focus
but
on
then that should have been released a long time ago.
it. Yeah. Finally, I have Defenders Beyond #3. I was saying this to Lucas yesterday, but we both had a long and a hard time reading issue 2 because it was so complicated and involved.
It's a great issue.
Um,
It's just a lot of
yeah,
info.
it's just a lot of info. But oh my god, the Javier Rodriguez on the art is just beautiful. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
beautiful panels,
Him drawing
beautiful page
Beyonder
after
is
beautiful
like,
page.
oh, so good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And he just really captures like that Kirby-esque architecture really well, like all the Omega machines and all the what Omega engines or whatever. He just captures all that shit so well. Really, really beautiful book.
Yeah, no, the art is amazing. The writing is really good. Yet again by Ewing. Ewing
Yep.
just really killing it with his books currently, whether it be X Men
My
Red
guy.
or Beyond
That's my guy.
Defenders or Venom.
Yeah. So this has been a really, really fantastic book. And at the end of this issue, Taya somehow gets the Phoenix Force.
Yeah,
So I don't know what that means
which I
for the
think is
next issue.
I think it's interesting that the Mother of Galactus, which is known for killing planets, is now becoming like the basically the goddess of rebirth.
Yeah.
Like very
Well, it can either
interesting.
be rebirth or destruction. That's
Yeah.
what's cool about the Phoenix. So yeah, this is gonna be a really weird paradox, I guess. But
Also, America Chavez getting the mask and
oh,
fighting the
that was
Beyonders
that's
was
right.
so
Yeah,
cool.
that was definitely a really great
But
sequence.
then also them scaling Blue Marvel being like, yeah, I can just fight them. I don't need the mask.
Yeah, he just fucking flew through his head.
Yeah, like what?
That was crazy. No, I loved how America wore the mask though. That was really cool.
Yeah, it gave her some very fun moments.
Yeah, really cool character moment. But yeah, those are my five. Excited to get reading. I did a lot of catching up on reading this week. So honorable mention: Fortnite Zero War, final issues coming out.
Yeah,
But
no, I he finally caught up on that.
yeah, finally caught up on that. And Human Target. and all this shit. I had to catch up on a lot of stuff, and I'm not even using these as my top picks, but Lucas has them, so
Yeah.
we'll get there. So speaking of Lucas, what are your top five?
So, starting off my list, I think it's a stacked week. I actually had a really tough time choosing my top five. DC has been just pumping out so many good books,
Yeah.
plus a bunch of indie titles. But DC Comics, I wanted to start off with Detective Comics 1064. Ram V just killing it with the story. Super interesting. The story is very symbolic in a way, but like I feel like once I read it in full, I'll fully understand it. It has that Ram V touch of like you almost get it, but it's like just out of reach of like full understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's like a point where like Batman has like a demon, and obviously this is just like imagery, like come out of his body and is like warning him about it was like you know my name Barbados, like bringing back that.
Mm.
Which is pretty interesting because like I mean not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure everyone was like no more Barbados please, but like Ramvi being like Barbados, we should bring the psychological terror of that back
Hmm.
is like pretty interesting. And plus the art has been great. They're doing some stuff with Two-Face, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, these covers are beautiful.
Yeah, no, the covers are gorgeous. This cover, especially like the gray marble statue of Batman being covered by the Barbados demon, oh, looks
Cool.
so good. But yeah, no, these covers have been being done by even Kegel. Amazing work, honestly. And they're supposed to look like opera, like
Oh,
pamphlets, like in a way, which is why they look really
okay.
different from the standard DC book like covers.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I think is very unique, honestly.
I like it.
But yeah, so that is my first pick. After that, Department of Truth, number 21. Um,
Funny one.
we are going to learn more about the Satan monster, but also the main character's husband has now found out that he is part of the Department of Truth. And he knows now that his husband killed his coworkers, which is a
Hmm.
big yikes. And the way he knows that is because the Ministry of Lies told him. So you can probably guess how this is going.
Yeah.
So it's getting to the point where it's like, who do you believe? The Ministry of Lies or the Department of Truth? Which is actually true? Which is actually a lie? And the
Yeah.
cover is like one of the most simplest covers they've actually ever done for this series. It's just the Satan monster's face, but it gives you like, it's really, really like creepy because for so long we've just had like really intense, like weird images, and now it's just like, no, he's just staring right at you through the cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know where this is going. This is weird.
Yeah.
Next up after that is Human Target number 7. Elias did the unforgivable mistake of reading this at before me because I wanted to read
We're
this
not
for some.
supposed to read these before we shoot these. And I was reading, I was catching up on a lot of books yesterday. Like I said, I think Monday I read all of Task Force Z in one day. And then I went to read Human Target. And I just kept reading and reading and reading. And I wasn't paying attention. I was just trying to catch up.
And I had
And
warned
I
him.
accidentally read 7. So it's just such a good book. And then I also read Tales of the Human Target. So I read all that shit, and it's as great as I thought it would be.
Yeah, so the last issue before part 1 ended was Guy Gardner was killed by ice and
Fucking
Chance.
just killed.
Yeah, which is wild because like usually that doesn't happen even in a DC Black Label book. Like you
Yeah.
don't usually just casually kill characters. And it's really interesting because with Tales, it's kind of giving you the idea, the one shot that they gave before this, that Ice is the one that is like the reason why Chance is poison. But now, like, you're questioning her loyalty, you're questioning everyone's loyalty, and
Yeah.
we have not yet met Batman, and he's
We
part
haven't
of the
met
team.
Batman. We haven't met that weird ass other Green Lantern.
Yeah,
We haven't met what Hawkman. Like there's a bunch of characters that we haven't even talked about yet.
yeah. I'm waiting for Chance to meet Batman because that will be interesting.
No, I think that's definitely coming soon.
Yeah, and I'm
This
wondering.
issue's really been focused on a certain character, so I think Yeah.
Yeah, and it will also be interesting because this is the era of JLA era Batman. So I'm wondering if he's
JLI.
gonna be softer, like more refined.
JLI, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Justice League International. You're right. Correct.
International. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I always confuse the two because there's so many Justice Leagues.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Uh,
and it's cool because we haven't seen the JLI lineup in a long time, and Fire and Ice have always been really interesting characters, and I'm glad to see them get more time on the more spotlight.
yeah, they've painted their relationship really well, and I mean the art, the romance on the pages, like it's actually palpable. Like you read
Yeah,
it and you're like, wow, this is like incredibly romantic or like sexy, and it's like,
yeah,
wow.
it's really effective. Yeah,
But yeah, no, loving that series, and I cannot wait to read that. That is
I can't wait to talk to you about about Seven.
And next up is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 100.
Wow,
We are at 100 issues of this Power Rangers reboot series. That
damn.
is absolutely insane. And this is going to be the Death Ranger arc.
Oh,
This is going to be the battle for it. This is like a mega size issue. It is $10.
wow.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a
How
big
they got
issue.
so many covers for this shit? Damn.
Well, it is the 100th issue, so it makes sense that they would have so many variants. I love the one of Jason turning into the Death Ranger. You can see it.
Yeah, that's really sick.
No, it's sick. But I'm really interested to see how they're gonna defeat the Death Ranger because he now has all the Omega Rangers under his control.
Uh,
And I mean, I'm excited to see where Andros goes. I'm excited to see where the rest of the story goes. And after this, the lead writer that has been basically in control this entire time, Ryan Parrott, is leaving,
yeah,
which is wild because now we're going to be going in completely uncharted territories. We could either go more into Zeo, like pushing into the next TV series, or we could keep in this
mm,
era and kind of just keep advancing them, or just do something
right.
completely new. Honestly, this book has now the timeline has now differed enough from the TV show that they're on a completely different path. So I'm excited. 100 issues, 100 more.
Yeah, there's a lot of freedom with these characters, which is sick.
Yeah. So the one I'm most anticipating to read is Task Force Z number 12, the last issue in the series.
Low key, so is mine. Even more than all the other ones that I have on my list. Like this is my most anticipated.
I made Elias read and start reading them because I was like, I can't talk about the big twist, which, if you haven't read it, turn away. Bane is Gotham. So it turns out the Bane that has been part of Task Force Z this entire time has been Gotham, who is
Is it
a
actually
character.
Bane?
Yeah, who is a character all the way back from 2016's relaunch of Detective Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I loved his character. It took the entire Justice League to beat him, and technically, they didn't even win. He died of a cardiac arrest from his
Yeah,
powers.
yeah,
Like, he did
literally.
not win.
They did not win.
They did
He
not
he
win.
fucking he was out of control and he just
So,
fucking had
so
a heart
imagine
attack.
him without any of the limitations of being like a human being.
Oh,
He's gonna be so busted. He is
yeah,
going. If they give him even a fraction of his powers, he's just gonna be like he's just gonna be mowing through everyone.
yeah, and I like that on top of that they gave Bloom the Bat Cop suit. That was like a really fun throwback too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But I love Mr. Bloom. He's so funny. His dialogue,
yeah,
oh my god. You could do like a whole like sketch comedy series with just him.
yeah. I'd love to see him in like the Harley Quinn animated or something animated. He would be fantastic in an
Oh
animated
yeah, with his
capacity.
lanky arms and everything
Yeah,
too.
with the right voice, I can hear that coming to life for sure.
Mr. Bloom narrates the DC universe and he like explains everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't
That
mind that at all.
but yeah, no, this is the last issue, which I think is while I love that this is a complete story. Man, do I wish this was continuing because it's
I don't know
so
how they're gonna
good.
wrap it up, low key.
Yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of loose ends. Like where the fuck is Freeze?
Yeah.
He just ran off,
Well,
never
no,
came
Freeze
back.
is alive now. He's alive completely. He took enough
Yeah, but I mean,
resin.
he just dipped.
Yeah, they haven't revealed him back in the books, so he's probably going to come back as a full villain next time he appears for like in like a Detective Comic series or something like that. That's basically what they're trying to do
Right, right, right.
because Joker War killed off so many villains, and it's really interesting that this works really well with the Joker series that was written by James Tynion the Fourth.
Mm,
Because we learned that Bane was repeatedly cloned, and that the Bane that died at Arkham during the gas attack in Joker War wasn't actually Bane.
mm.
So like while that was releasing and this was releasing, people were like, "So which one is the real Bane?" Now we have the
Yeah,
definitive answer. This was Gotham the entire
yeah,
time. The real Bane never died. He was just hiding out. But yeah,
yeah.
no,
This
this
this series has been a wild ride. Really loved it. Really a lot of fun.
so funny too. Like,
Yeah, and some characters that I hadn't heard of before, like Sundowner, was a really cool character. She was always really drawn super well on the panel.
yeah, no, her
Um,
in her monster form was wild.
yeah, really sick. Uh, I love when Grundy's like gripping her and they shoot the flare at him. That whole page spread is just beautiful.
Yeah, and
Um,
then like moments of like Man Bat's head being stripped onto someone else's body.
yeah. Oh my god, dude, Man Bat. Poor Man Bat
Poor Langstrom.
really being put through the ringer by Bloom. He had a baby body and then like he grew to a human again. It's really funny.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
this series has
what a
been
blast.
hilarious.
That's
I,
what I'm gonna read when we're done. I
yeah,
gotta
same.
hype for that book, man.
Yeah,
Good
no,
book.
this is a six series. I hope they get a sequel because I would love to see more of this. I mean, this has been one of the
Yeah,
best stuff for Jason Todd in a while.
yeah, really great Jason Todd stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, we not only get to confront like Jason's guilt over Alfred's death, but also his placement within the Bat family. I mean, that issue with him facing off against the entire Bat family, being like narrating about like how they think about him and like
Hmm.
outwitting them or like just beating them up, and then like some of them would take different approaches. Stephanie would like not like fight him at all. Barbara like kind of liked him, and it was kind of hinted at that like there was somewhat of a romantic interest.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was
yeah.
interesting.
And
I'm
I want to shout out the creative team because I actually like never really memorize these names, but the writer is Matthew Rosenberg and the penciler is Eddie Barrows.
yeah,
So yeah, they've really been I had a clear vision from the beginning, and it's just been a blast. This whole book.
yeah. I started this series thinking it was. I didn't really like it. The first issue, I thought it was like okay,
Yeah,
zombies, Suicide Squad, okay, but then each issue just progressively got better, and now it's like one of the most exciting. It's my most anticipated pull for this week.
yep, yep.
So thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read comics.